You know that moment when you're getting goosebumps from listening to somebody sing? Wouldn't it be amazing if you were the one giving other people goosebumps from your singing? Yeah, well, let's talk about how to really captivate your audience and leave a lasting impression with them. And I have Coach Emily from our team here today.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, to talk about how can you captivate your audience and how can you give
Yeah.
them goosebumps? Because isn't it an amazing feeling when you're listening to music and you get these goosebumps and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know why I'm crying right now.
Yes, like that music you feel in your chest. Like I think that's one of the reasons that we get into this in the first place, and that we listen to a sad song when we want to cry, and we listen to a happy song when we want to get amped and get ready to go out, right? Because
Yeah.
music is such an emotional experience, and so is singing. I mean, connecting to your emotions is what really gives a powerful performance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of singers, a lot of artists, they get into music because, they're like, they want to tell stories. They want to share their stories. Actually,
Mhm.
Keishan, he just signed up for lessons with us a few weeks ago. And I asked him, like, why do you want to work on your voice? Why is this important to you? And he's like, I have a very unique life story and I feel like it is worth sharing. And I just want to
Yeah.
connect with people. And I'm like, I love that so much. I'm not going to lie, I was not that person.
Really.
I was just like, I love singing and I
Mhm.
love crazy vocal stuffs. I just want to show off.
Yeah. You know what? I think I was really like that until I was in college and I took some real acting classes, and I
Yep.
was like, "Oh, this is it." And then I worked on the acting through song. I mean, I was a TA in college for acting through song classes. So, working on emotional connection, I've been like really teaching that since before I even thought about teaching, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, it is really interesting. So we often as singers like want to show off and want to use our voices to their fullest extent, but I actually think it's most impactful if that fullest extent, that roller coaster, is led by the emotional journey of the song and the storytelling of the song, right? Like it's not just
Absolutely.
singing high to sing high or riffing to riff. It's led by that.
Yeah, it informs your vocal choices, right?
Yes,
Rather than making
absolutely.
vocal choices to show off, you think about what is the emotion that I'm trying to convey here, and you make vocal choices based on that. And I mean, I totally did this backwards for the longest time,
Oh
but
yeah.
then I went to musical theater school in New
Mhm.
York and learned about storytelling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm
And
actually
it's
supposed to tell stories here.
and it's actually I find that it's so much more fun too when I'm
Yeah.
really focused on it. I mean, I find with students all the time, with singers, uh, they'll be in their heads. This one high note is just it's a big challenge. I can't even give a specific example because it happens all the time. The high notes are really a big challenge, and then we just stop for a second and I say, what is this chorus even about? What is this song about to you? I don't need to know what Alanis Morissette's thought process was, right? Like
Yeah.
that, maybe that'll help, right? But what is this song about to you? And then they'll give me the breakdown, and we're like, all right, only focus on that. Picture the face of the person you're talking to and
Mhm.
focus on that. And then suddenly these high notes are no big deal, especially if they're on the cusp of getting there. Not a huge technical feat,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But if you're on the cusp of getting there, you just have to go for it emotionally. That's really going to help you. I mean, you want to keep it safe. If you went through a breakup this morning, don't sing about your breakup in the afternoon in a show. That's not going to lead you anywhere, right? But you want to lead with the emotional arc of the song because it's going to make everything easier. It's going to make a more enjoyable experience for you and for the audience.
Yes, definitely. Sometimes when I listen to certain singers,
Hmm.
I get irritated because I'm like, there's too much going on. Like,
Yeah,
why are
yeah.
you trying to do everything in every single song that you sing? It feels show offy. And I'm like, wow,
Hmm.
that is probably how people felt when I was singing at first, right
No, me
before
too,
I
girl.
learned all of this stuff. And,
Yeah,
there's no shame in that. We all learn, right?
yeah,
Now, it's
absolutely.
also very possible that they just love like they love doing it this way. That's how they want to do it.
Hmm.
And like, hey, I don't not everything is going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that is
Yeah.
totally fine. But I do get a little irritated sometimes when it's just like, this just feels show offy and there's no like reason or intention or driver like behind
Yeah.
it.
Well, I would agree, and also that makes me feel like the song loses the art, right?
Yeah.
It loses the artistic element, which is why we're so drawn to it. You know, we listen to singing for a lot of reasons, right? We listen to music for a lot of reasons, but one is to have this connection with an artistic piece, whether that's a conscious thought or not, you know. But
Yeah.
when a song becomes about look at me do all my riffs and runs
Hmm.
and isn't I'm feeling this so deeply that the only thing I can do is add more to my voice, like a
Yeah.
riff and like a run, then we're moved. Then as
Well, I
humans,
mean,
we have a moving experience.
if you look at Yeba, for example, like I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen her live performance of, I think the song's called My Mind.
Mm.
My mind. Oh my God. Like she is riffing all over the place and going really high, going really low, and like doing crazy vocal things that very few people on this planet can
Yeah.
do. But man, am I emotionally moved, right? Like
Yes.
being like doing vocal acrobatics doesn't mean
Mhm.
that now it's not emotional anymore.
Yes.
That's not what I was saying
Yeah.
before,
No,
right?
not at all.
But it was holy moly, was that an incredible performance. It's the Tiny Desk performance in New York. Like, go check it out.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Okay.
Another great example is Jessie J.
Mm.
Insane vocalist, right? Like, not much this lady can't do. And
Yeah.
she goes all over the place, but it moves me when she is singing because she's leading with storytelling, not with
Mhm.
look at what I can do. So it's not mutually
Exactly.
exclusive. And then on the other hand as well, you can have super simple vocal performances, right? Like small range, but like not much is happening, but it's
Yeah.
so moving
And
as
it's so
well.
impactful. Like I think Taylor Swift doesn't really do small range, but she's a good example of she keeps her vocals simple. She's hitting the
Yeah.
notes and she's sustaining where she wants to sustain, has a little stuff here and there, but she's not riffing and running, you know, she's not doing crazy belting. Yet her storytelling is really impactful, not just because of her lyrics, but the way that she highlights them through her voice and the way that she's
Yeah.
connected to them. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just kind of calming, I guess, to
Yeah.
know that you don't have to be an insane vocalist and do all of these
Yeah.
vocal acrobatics to, you know, move people with your voice. And
Yeah.
also, if you can do all these crazy things with your voice, you can still use those things and move your audience. It doesn't really matter what you do, it's more
Yeah.
about how you're presenting it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, like you and I both happened to learn this in acting school,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
when we were learning more about telling stories through songs, through our musical theater training and all that stuff. But singing with like storytelling like being the main driver, that's not a musical theater exclusive thing,
No, not
obviously,
at
right?
all.
Like we
Yeah.
just gave the Yeba and the Jessie J and like all these other people like examples. They're contemporary singers. It doesn't have to be in musical theater. And also you don't necessarily have to take acting classes to
Yeah.
learn how to do that. I'm not saying it doesn't help. It definitely helped
No,
me.
it just opened, yeah, it opened our worlds to a deeper form of emotional connection to two words that aren't ours, you know. So
Yeah.
it kind of created that connection for us, but luckily we're the kind of people who are teaching others how to do it, so you don't have to go
Yes.
to an acting class. You can just work with someone who gets it and gets you in your voice.
Yes. Yes. A little
Yeah.
cheat code right there.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to get a whole degree. Just learn from somebody who did.
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
So maybe just to summarize, like, why is this important? Why do we want to focus on the storytelling and the emotional aspect of singing, just so that people really get that this is
Mhm.
important and you shouldn't skip it?
You know, if you've heard that your voice is decent or good enough, or you feel like you can technically cover your bases, right? But you're still struggling to, take that extra step, or you feel like your singing is boring, it's because you aren't emotionally expressing your piece. There's a little difference between emotional connection and expression. And that emotional expression is what pulls us in as humans and makes us want more. So if you
Yes.
feel stuck at any level, because technique informs artistry and artistry informs technique, right? They really help each other out. I've worked with singers like Pete at the beginning of his journey. We started with some scales and I was like, this is just, we're not getting as far. The second we started prioritizing song work and we worked on shaping the arc of a song, then it becomes, oh, we got to slide here, we got to do this here, we got to do this here. Wait, let's learn how to slide. Let's take our time and go back, figure out this mechanic, because now we have a very specific intention there. So at any point in your journey, I think start jumping on the emotional connection train, because you don't want your singing to be boring for you to do and also for an audience to hear.
I love everything you said. And maybe to add to that, I usually say, there's millions of people that have incredible voices, and we see them on our Instagram and TikTok feeds all the time. And if you are not moving me, if you're not, like, I don't know, connecting to me on a deeper level, I will forget about you as fast as I found you.
Yeah,
Which is really quickly.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's just you stick with me, right? And also,
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have like a really traumatic life story to
no.
connect with people. And I can only connect to people when I sing a really sad song. Like, no, you can do that with a happy song.
Yeah. Well, that's such a great point. We have a whole range of emotions. We have a whole spectrum of emotions, and the sad emotions are not the only interesting ones. And that doesn't mean if you're experiencing something sad, you shouldn't sing a sad song, right? That's one way to do it. But if you're going to sing Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow, I think we know what it feels like to be at the end of springtime where you're feeling the sun hit you and you're feeling recharged and now the days go long. Like, that creates an emotional experience for you. And you can absolutely learn how to channel that and express that through your singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All emotions are valid. That is actually something that we're going to get deeper into at our training that is happening very soon, the Next Stage Singer event that you will be joining me at, and all the other coaches at VoxTape Studios will be there as well. If you haven't yet grabbed your ticket, do so. It is free to join us live. Just click the link in the description below. Join us there. We'll talk more about the whole emotional connection and all of that, but also how to sound good to begin with.
Yeah.
No matter where you're at right now, no matter what skill level you're at right now, we're going to show you how you can present your voice in a way that you like and that your audience will actually be like, oh, wow, this is really good. So
yes.
Come and join us there. Anything else, Emily, that we need to mention?
I think we covered it all. I'm just excited for the event.
Yes, me too.
Yes, break
me too.
it
We'll
all
dig really deep.
down. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Usually, with events like this, they're like, I don't know, an hour-long class or something like that.
Yeah.
This is not going to be that. We're going to really take the time and dig deep into things. And we actually have singers joining us live as well. So we'll be able to workshop some things with them so you can see how you actually apply all the stuff that we are talking about. So again, if you haven't yet grabbed your ticket, do so now. What you waiting for, baby?
Yeah.
Link is in the description below. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
I love it. Thank you, Emily.
Amazing. Yeah,
I will
thanks for having
see
me.
you very, very soon at the event.
I'll see you soon. Yay!
Let's do it. All righty.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.